And my gratitude item for today is leadership, right? And we all will become leaders in our lifetime. Even if we don't own businesses, we will be employees our whole lives. There's some point throughout your day, some point throughout your life, you will be called to guide someone through a process, to lead your little group of people, right? And what better way to try to understand what leadership actually means than to actually pay closer attention to it. So that's what I'm going to do here today. So my 4 reasons for why I'm observing leadership for today is willingness to fail. That's number 1. You have to be willing to fail, because there are going to be a lot of failures when you're accepting that role of leadership. And there has to be, right? Because this is how you're going to learn. If everything works out perfectly and you just step in and you become the hero, which never usually happens. Even heroes have to be called to action, right? Even heroes have that downfall that happens first before they can actually stand up and understand how to step out in front of the people that are looking up to them. So the leaders usually come into place, and we acknowledge them as such by the ones who have accepted failure as a marker for growth. So first step in becoming a leader is willingness to step into failure and understand that you can use failure and the obstacles as growth opportunities moving forward. The second thing I have down for leadership is being open to new ideas. And once you become more confident in yourself as a leader, once you've made some mistakes and you understand that mistakes are going to continue to happen, you're not going to be a perfect leader. You're going to do some really great things that are going to make a lot of people happy. And then sometimes you're just going to fail and do some shitty things that are going to make people disappointed in you. But if you have established, proper boundaries, and you've established some trust in those people, they're going to continue to stay on board and keep allowing you to pull them, to guide them into the direction of that you envision, right? And what that means is when you're open to new ideas, that means you're open to other people coming into your space and collaborating with you. That means you're open to the idea of you not having to be the only person that has to solve this problem. You could present the problem. You can present reasons why we need to solve the problem. And then you can allow other people to come in with ways to help get the problem solved, right? So you can understand that with a growing mind, with a mind that's more confident in itself, you can accept other influences. You can accept other ideas from outside in. You're not afraid of them, is what I'm trying to say. Number 3, you have to understand that you are not there for them to be working for you. You are there to show them through a process. You are there to say, hey, I will step out in front of all of this and be the figurehead of this. But what I'm actually here to do is I'm here to make sure that you can help me get that done. So I'm here to work for you, right, as a leader. So anytime I'm ever in a situation, even when it's just being a parent, I have to make sure that I'm not telling my children absolutely what to do, but I have to make sure that they tell me what they need from me so I can provide them with the tools so they can do it themselves, right? And then I can guide them through a process that can help them get it done more effectively and more efficiently. But it's still not for me to do for them, right? It's for me to take the responsibility of having to procure all the things that they need, the tools that they need. I can gather all the tools. I can go over here, and if they have a lot of homework to do, I can go and wash the dishes. Or I can make that run to the store for something that they may need to keep going for them to be successful, right? And when you're on your own business, it's the same concept. You have people who are going to show up, whether they're going to volunteer or be employees, and they're going to show up to help you, right? Because you're going to need help through your business, right? And when those people get there, the best way for you to lead those people is to step out of the way, let them do the role that they came in to do, and then you spend your time making sure that they have everything they need from an emotional standpoint, a physical standpoint, to be able to get the job done for you, right? So invite others in and then let them know that you work for them and it's not the other way around. You sign their paycheck, but you're still going to work for them. And then last but not least, number 4 is I put down accountability and responsibility, right? And what that means is, as a leader, you have to hold everybody accountable who you're leading, who you're guiding, who you have taken responsibility for. You have to hold them accountable for their mistakes or for the things that may have gone wrong in the process. And accountability doesn't mean that you have to scold them for something, or it doesn't mean that you have to put like disciplinary actions into play, right? Because someone messed up. But people need to be held accountable for their actions. That way we can learn from that experience and we can make sure we can grow past that experience. However, even though accountability is in place, as the leader, you have to take 100% of responsibility, right? So when your team fails, it may be because 1 or 2 people just did not do their job. But as the leader of that team, you have to take complete responsibility for any places that did go wrong. Because like we talked about in the topic before, as a leader, you have to understand how to recognize when things are going wrong, and then to put aside the things that you think you need to do and step into the roles where to help out your team along the way. So sometimes we can get caught up in the vision of where we want to go, but then there's some things that are like dragging us down and keeping us from that vision. And we can keep trucking ahead and keep our eyes on the prize, but then get to this point where we're not seeing the things that are straggling behind us. So we always have to be able to turn around and see where the things need help, where there's deficits, and we can step into those deficits and say, hey, let me help out so that we can get this finished. It doesn't even have to be perfect, but we need to get it actually done, right? So you have to hold everybody accountable, including yourself, but you have to take full responsibility for the success and the failures alike.